listening to Superpower Creatives on the Superpower Up podcast. The show that sparks the superpowers of musicians and artists to ignite change.
All the little men, will they get the chance to come back?
Hello, this is David Delmar, your host of Superpower Creatives, and you're listening to our episode, Music Can Be the Soul's Healer. I believe everyone is a creator, and it's this inherent birthright that's the source of our superpowers. Stepping into this personal authority is scary, though. This show celebrates creatives that stay true to who they really are, making a living using their creative superpowers. The stories they share will excite and inspire listeners to do the same, making positive change in the world. It gives me great honor and extreme pleasure to introduce our guest for today's show. He's an artist, a humanitarian, inspiring the lives of many and helping change the lives of all with his powerful music and personal ministry. As an award-winning Christian artist, Rhan Anthoni took the international press and airways by storm with 2017's most inspirational track, I'll Trust You. The song earned him a Radio Music Award and an Indie Music Channel Award and numerous other accolades, including the Man Up Award for his charity work. Rhan's history with inspirational music has helped him develop a positive relationship with God and the world of song. Despite the heartbreaking circumstances surrounding the death of his special needs son, Aaron Hatcher, Rhan has been able to turn tragedy to triumph, delivering a message of hope and love to the masses. Encouraged by the support of the country music world, showing love for his R&B-flavored music, Rhan has returned with an ambitious new country soul tune that's reminiscent of Darius Rucker, Charlie Pride, and other soulful country artists. Highway was written by Rhan, and it tells of his journey from tragedy to triumph, looking back on the story of his life. Released on MTS Records, be sure to watch the video for Highway on YouTube. Tragedy struck after losing a special needs son to abuse, allegedly by his son's teacher. Anthony has become an advocate for special needs kids. The Aaron Hatcher Awards are given every year in honor of his late son, Aaron Hatcher. His son also inspired him to start the Special Needs Rock Awards, and They Can't Talk But We Can, a nonprofit organization providing advocacy for children with disabilities. Wow, that gives me goosebumps, Rhan. Hello, so great to have you here, man. Thank you.
I am so glad to be here, and I thank you for having me on your show.
Well, it's a real treat for us, and we really just value your time and everything you're doing with your powerful music and as your voice, your leadership, and as an advocate for special needs children. It's work at the highest level of importance, and it just benefits greatly from the passion and purpose of people like you. Most definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, today we're talking about our show, Music Can Be the Soul's Healer. Specifically, how Rhan finds music is able to heal his own soul, and how, as a conduit to spirit through his music, he is able to heal others' souls with his music and his message. So, Rhan, how we like to roll things out is probably the obvious first question, but here it is. What is your creative superpower?
Ooh, that's the power within me. That's the force. That's the force that helped me get through so much stuff. And it helps all of us. It's that voice you hear but you don't hear. And it's inside of you. You think it's a voice, but it's really the waves, the power of God that guides you. That's what's the superpower.
That is the power.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's amazing to see how you use that almighty power, that superpower within to do what you do, and for the strength that it has obviously provided in your life. It's truly miraculous to see what you've been able to accomplish with that power and just in your story. And let me ask you this, Rhan. You obviously have such a heartbreaking story, but you've turned it into something that's very empowering. Why do you do what you do with your superpowers?
Well, when we say we lose people, we don't. we gain, and my son is spiritually talking to me all the time and showing me what we can do. Because see, when Aaron was here, he couldn't talk, but I knew what he was talking about. I mean, it's kind of crazy, but it's like,
Yeah.
it didn't make me feel any type of way as far as negativity, because he was a beautiful person, and he still is. And I can help other people and his peers and the elderly and just everybody, just telling the story with the passion, because he's moved to a greater place. And I've learned this for so long, and now I'm actually walking it.
Yes, you are, brother. You are walking at something fierce and mighty too. Let me ask you, Ron, what's it feel like to be on this journey, on this walk, where you're having such an impact on other people's lives? How does it personally provide you with something that is important, that keeps you going?
It's that energy, when someone, if I came to you right now and say, you know what, here's $1 billion, and I give it to you, you're going to feel something, because you're going to be like, wow, he just gave me that in his mind, and now I have $1 billion. Okay. When that happened, that's how it made me feel. And so it feels like I have everything, and I don't need a lot of negativity in my life, because I found the positivity through my son.
Wow.
And he couldn't even talk to me then, and he's talking to me now. So it's power.
Wow. I mean, that's just amazing. It's profound. Like, you had a relationship when he was here in the physical.
Yes.
It wasn't something where you were able to verbally communicate, though you knew what he wanted. But now it sounds like you have a language all anew, something completely unscripted, that he's talking to you with words and energetic components of feeling and emotion.
Yes.
Wow,
I don't even understand it. I just go with it, because I know when Aaron was here, I didn't know I didn't hear anything, but I heard something. So I'm like, oh, that's what you want? And he couldn't talk to me, but he would just go, uh-huh. And I'm like, okay, so we communicate. And I'm just that silly enough to ask things and just do stuff and just know. And only thing he was saying, uh-huh. So that was it. So it's like I knew what was going on, but in my subconscious, but consciously I didn't until after he left.
Wow.
After he's gone, I'm like, okay, duh, now I understand.
It's amazing how the script is written for life, and how it has where its value comes in when you have to go through the valley of something that's so challenging to understand what that valley was all about in the first place. And it's just it's amazing to hear you share that, because I just already feel like I've got a feel for Aaron, and he just seems like one cool dude.
Yes.
Really cool cat.
Yes. And he couldn't talk then to us, but he's speaking now to everybody. And it's like every time I look on the internet, is Aaron Hatchers, they can't talk, but we can, or something about that, because it's helping his peers. That's what he said to me. And he couldn't even talk. He was like, help my people. As far as like the people that can't talk, but we can. And who could turn that down?
Who can turn that down? I mean, I know there's no way I could turn that down. No. That's an amazing opportunity. Wow. Well, talk about that a little bit then. The charity that you have, that you just described. Talk about that a little bit, if you would. Yeah. Where are things with that right now, and what kind of impact is that having for?
Well, now, we did get the law passed to have cameras in the classroom, and now I work with Lala Dunson, and in the legislation, Valencia Stovall, who's the House Representative. Never thought, I did not even like that in high school. I didn't even understand it. Now I'm actually working it, and I'm like, okay. Wow. So we managed to get that. So now I'm working on the immunity law, because so many people are being abused, and you can see it all over the world with and being beaten by police brutality, and also for special needs, being abused, the elderly. So I'm starting it with the immunity law, because that immunity law will set something in place for us, all of us. Because right now, with my son Aaron, the teachers that allegedly did this, which admitted to it, is nothing we could do about it because of the law that's been in place since the 1800s. It's time to amend it.
Oh my, yes.
And a lot of people just don't understand it. So that's what I'm changing. I'm not going to say trying to. I am changing it.
You are.
Yes,
you are.
And we have the Special Needs Rock Awards. That's for the special needs. That's not just the special need kids. Heart disease. That's what I have now, since I've been through all of this. Heart disease. People that has had open heart surgery, kidneys, diabetes, all of that. We're honoring all because we're still standing. We're still here.
Man, we are too. That's powerful what you're able to get accomplished with when you take the law and let the law start working for you.
Yes.
I mean, that's awesome stuff, man. That's so awesome, Ron. Well, we need to take a quick break. I really want to hear more about this and what you're doing to actually change legislation and change people's lives through something as powerful as legislation. Yes. And how that's, reflection might be something where people can start standing up and becoming empowered to know that they have rights as people, as citizens. They have rights, and you can use those rights. Well, before we jump in the break, let's tell people where they can find out more about you, Ron.
Okay. You can actually go to They Can't Talk, But We Can.org. Rhan Anthony, RAHNANTHONI.com. That's the music, and it tells the story. And also Special Needs Rock.org, awards.org.
That's awesome. That's outstanding. Great stuff, man. So, all right, we've been talking with Rhan Anthony today about our show, Music Can Be the Soul's Healer.
Yes.
We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to continue on this powerful road of perseverance with Ron, and how you out there listening can start persevering through your own tragedies and become triumphs. So stay with us, and we'll be right back.
Are you here to change the world? Do you talk about things like vibration, frequency, awakening, and consciousness? Are you pretty sure you have superpowers? The Superpower Net is unlike normal coaching programs and conscious communities. We provide training, intuitive guidance, peer-to-peer learning, intensive one-on-one coaching, and a high vibrational network of people just like you. When you join the net, you get 24/7 access to a collaborative group of people who support you as you master your personal power and unlock your superpowers. If you're ready to use your superpowers to change the world, then join the Superpower Net today. Visit superpowerexperts.com/the-net to learn more.
We're back. You're listening to Superpower Creatives, and today we're talking with Rhan Anthony on our episode, Music Can Be the Soul's Healer. So, Ron, I'd love to circle back to where we left off with kind of talking about some of those the legislation and the nonprofit and how your music is fitting into all this. How is all this and change the way you approach your music and the way you write and the way you perform? How is all this impacting your music?
Oh my goodness. Do you know, I was so caught up into what happened and trying to fix things, I forgot that I was a singer until someone said, Ron, when you going to put some more songs out? And I'm like, what? And so I thought about it, and I'm like, okay, so then I started writing the song, They Can't Talk, But We Can. And I got a lot of people together, like blues, gospel, country, all of us. And we did the song, They Can't Talk, But We Can. So that kind of pushed me back into the music. And so within myself, I could hear Aaron tell me, well, Dad, just put it all together and use that to get the people. And I'm like, okay, so I'm hearing this within myself, and I did it. And so now that's where, because I just put myself to the side, I could sing later, I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
And until that happened. And so that's where all the music came in to blend it together. And writing comes from within. It's me doing it, but it's the power that's giving me the words to say.
Yeah, the power of exactly the words to say and exactly how to say it.
How to say it, yes.
The emoting of the powerful words and how you can fit two words together and it creates powerful meaning. I mean, what currently do you have going on that you are excited about channeling all this that we've been talking about?
I have a show where I've started to inspire people, included with all of this that's going on. So I inspire people on WMQGradio.com. That's the station that I started for the organization and special needs and anybody that's going through anything. They just come on, and we have so many people listening. We play great music that's good for you, and we talk about positive things, encouraging people, because we're tired of negativity.
Yeah, it's been overdone, flipped, and then redone again, and said, "Hey, here's your food. Eat it and enjoy it." It's like, nah, you know what? No, I don't think we're gonna eat this anymore. This has been crap.
And you know what? Being able to do that, it blessed me. It's like, wow, I can't believe that I'm actually doing this, and it helps me to help other people while I'm helping myself.
Yes. The dichotomy and the duality of it is pretty awesome, because it's, when intention matches up with purpose and passion kind of mixes it all together. It's amazing how by serving others, you serve yourself in a totally unselfish way, but in the ways that your heart most desires, and to get the things that you most want. And a lot of times it's the things that you want, you didn't even really know that you wanted.
Right.
It actually becomes this, and it's like, oh man, God is right. Like, this is way better than I thought I wanted. Wow, this looks way different. And man, this is pretty. It's amazing how I put this together. I couldn't. I tried. It's like, you got to kind of have to stop trying, right, and sort of trust.
Yes.
Kind of like I trust you, right? Okay.
Yes. And you have to respect, with legislation, just respect the people that's in power. Even though you don't like what's going on, go to them in peace and it'll change. But when you go with the attitude, then it's not going to work.
No, it's not. I mean, that sounded channeled straight from MLK. I mean, that was his whole approach was, listen, you respect these people because they are power authorities, and they are people, and they're all people. And you know what? We work together, nonviolent. We work together. This is how change happens. This is how things in the world, start to become and evolve into something greater than, the limitations of which we try to keep things stationary. And just stuck. Rhan, if you share with us the story of maybe somebody who's come up to you and shared something you've done with legislation or your music or something about your son's story has impacted their lives in a way where they had to let you know when they had that opportunity.
Yes. I have one of my friends that, she always support, she comes with me, she go different places. And so during that time, her daughter passed away, and she was like, it was like a year before my son. I mean, a year after my son. Mm-hmm. And so I said, how do you handle that with your only daughter, passing away? And she said, watching you. Woo. And that's, yes. And it tears me up because you never know who's watching, but you're just doing it from your heart. Yeah. Because I'm not doing this for money. I'm not doing this for fame. I'm doing it because somebody may go through this, and I can help them to channel it in a different way so they won't have to go through it. Or even if they go through it, they'll be able to look and say, well, he made it, so I can do it too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's what happened. Whew.
Whoa, man! Wow, I'm going to kind of breathe that in a little bit. That's some powerful testimony there. How is that friendship today that you have with someone who was already a close confidant, somebody there, always helping you with things you have going on, and vice versa. How has that strengthened your relationship, your friendship, and your outreach through your together experience with your children that you went through? And how is it that you were both in tangent, bringing that sort of message that she saw what you did, that's how she got through it. Now the two of you collectively are able to channel that energy out to other people that are going through these kind of things. Is there any sort of co-creation going on with that synergy that you both developed within that experience together?
Yes. Well, she actually comes on the radio a lot, and she speaks about it now. And she actually speaks about a lot of things that has happened to help other people because of that, what happened to her. So when that door was open, it's a lot of other things that she was dealing with. And now she talks about it. Yeah. That's the healing.
Yep. That is the healing too.
Yes. It's in that soul, like this show. That's it. Music.
That's it. It's the soul, and it's like the soul music is the soul person, and that's how it happens, and that's the beauty of it. Talk to me a little bit about how you got started. Kind of go backtrack a little bit, just as far as the start of your music, because for people who don't know, Rhan has got such an original sound, and he does just have this amazing soulful quality. And when you see his videos, you just will fall in love with him. There's no way you can't. He just endears you to him so easily. And I love artists like that have just like, when you see him, it's like, oh yeah, you just love him instantly. Talk a little bit about how you're welcome. Talk a little bit about how you got started with music.
Well, I started when I was about 3 years old, and my mother and my whole family were singing, and they were like, you know how when you're young, just do this, shake this, shake the shakers. And so I'm like, okay. So I started shaking shakers. They would be just singing. I'm like, I want to do what y'all doing. And so
these are fun and all, but what else is going on? I see.
So I was shaking shakers, and then I couldn't beat the drums. So then I was just shaking the shakers, and I started harmonizing with them. And so they started noticing a little bit, not a lot. And so then I was too young. Well, you're too young. You got to go to school in the morning. So I'm like, okay. So I started singing on my own, and just singing and acting like the artist on TV and all of that. Yeah. And when that happened, as I got older, I entered a contest in high school and won with a country song, Through the Years by Kenny Rogers. And that's how my journey started. And I started singing, and I was singing with Dottie Peoples, a gospel artist. I was back up. A lot of different artists I did background for. And I realized that it's something else I need to do, because I realized that I'm a leader and a follower, because I did follow to get to where I am to lead. And so now I wanted to sing, and with all the pain that I've been through, I wanted that out of me. And I didn't want to go out and do something negative. So I wanted to sing it out. Yeah. And that's what happened. And, because when I grew up, I had one leg longer than the other. I had a kidney disease. And one of my legs were longer than the other. And then it actually grew together. And I thought people were talking about me. I used to wear one shoe, a big shoe, and it was like hurtful and embarrassing, but I had to do it. But they weren't talking about me. I thought they were. And so I won, and that's when I won the contest. And after I was healed from singing, my legs started growing together. It's crazy.
I mean, that's powerful. It is crazy. I mean, it's a testament to the power of the mind and the human spirit, and it's just the straight will to persevere no matter what. There's no way you're ever gonna stay down. You'll get back up, and with one one leg's longer than the other. That doesn't matter. I'm going to let my soul, my message, my heart is going to come out in a peaceful and creative way, and nothing but that. And whatever it takes, whatever I got to go through for that to happen, that's what's going to happen.
Yes.
And I mean, gosh, that story is, like at that age, something like that. I love how you shared. You're like, they weren't talking about me, but I thought they were.
Yeah.
But they weren't. And you found a way to know that they weren't talking about you. And I mean, that's something right there alone that can get a young person in life hung up, that could completely derail them. And you found opportunity in that. And I think for the listener, that's a powerful example in itself. That's early in his life where, I mean, the temptations around and everything, to be able to find an opportunity in something that's actual physical, like outwardly you can see, like, you might have things that you hide inside. People can't see that. They can't, but like they can actually see that. And I just think that's amazing. Your tenacity to know that, hey, no, this can become this is something other than what it probably is. I'm going to find out.
Right. And as I grew up, just to say this, I had kidney disease, nephrotic syndrome, lung disease.
Oh my goodness.
I've had it was just
a walking miracle.
So much. And I actually died. I died, and then they brought me back. And then when they did the open heart surgery, they tried to wake me up. I wouldn't wake up because they actually kill you to get to separate your heart. So when the doctors came and saw me, I wouldn't wake up. But within me, I was glad because I remember the light. It was a bright light. I remember all of that. And it wasn't my time because it's so much I had to do. And I know this. I knew it when I was a little boy. I was always different. And I thought people were picking at me, but they weren't. It was my thoughts. My thoughts are not real until I bring it out. And so I found a way at a young age to really know that they're not, that's you. You just acting silly. That's how I talk to myself. So it helped. And I made it, and I'm here, and now we're doing the special needs and all of that. So I'm so grateful.
Well, and it's very evident, and it's just apparent, and I know that it has to be so well received for those who are hearing this, because I mean, it's that enthusiasm and it's that perseverance through life that I think more people need to hear stories of, because we're too much fed stories of the chosen degree, what things we're going to put out there negativity wise, and to hear these kind of stories that actually are relatable and inspiring and make you want to actually make a change, like today, like I'm going to do something different today. I think is what this is all about. And your story has got so much power in it, from just so many different things you have gone through, that you've persevered through to get to where you are actively changing the laws today.
Yeah, I can't even believe that.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I think it's absolutely wonderful and just truly inspiring. I want to ask you this because I'm curious. What drew you to be a country music artist?
I was singing. I won the song Through the Years by Kenny Rogers. I won that in the 9th grade, and so I kind of
I love that. That is so cool, man. All right, man, that's so cool.
And I just kind of got caught up with all the different songs I did, dance music, and so when Michael, he said, "You know what, Ron, I'm going to take," and I love Michael. He said, "You know what, Ron, I'm going to take this song and send it to country just to see what they say." And I'm like, oh my goodness, that's what I used to sing anyway in the beginning. And so I never really did it to this extent, but Michael pushed it, he took it over there. And so I was on a country radio station with this guy, and he told me, I really don't play the music, but this is something. And I'm like, okay. So he said, you have a little twang, I said, yeah, I'm from Florida. And so he was like, and the Josie Music Awards, and they all accepted me, and the people, the country artists, that's what got me. They showed so much love. They wanted to help. They wanted to do this, that, and the other. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to give back because I've never really, really did a professional country song. So I'm going to do one. And I did it. And that's what drew me to country. It was like a magnet because of the love that they share in that genre of music with other artists.
Yeah.
That was it.
Huh.
Yeah. And I was like, wow.
Well, it says a lot about the country community as far as the
artists.
I mean, I have to admit, I wasn't as aware about that till now, that was the support system and the love.
Oh, my goodness.
Is what it is. I had no idea.
Even the radio jocks. I mean, it's like, wow, you know, I was like, they accept me. And, you know, I'm saying acceptance because the most of my life, I've been rejected by life with the sicknesses and all of that. So I found, you know, something that accept me. Yeah. You know, with the loud voice and the diction is not correct the way that they say it should be. And it was like, and Josie, she was like, I love you. And I was like, thank you. Well, so I mean, that was it.
Wow, that is man, that's just awesome. That story is so good, man. You're a cool dude, man.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You got some awesome stuff to share. People up there help you all know what treat is. And you can listen to everyone out there. You have to go and look at his watch his videos and listen to his music. I mean, he's really good. You will absolutely love it. I don't care what music. If you like country, don't like country, you're going to like Rhan, I promise you. I promise. Well, Rhan, this has been pretty dang amazing and awesome. Before we close out the show, let's remind listeners where they can go to find out a little bit more about you.
Okay, you can go to RhanAnthoni.com, RhanAnthoni.com, Rhan Anthony Twitter, Rhan Anthony Facebook. They can't talk, but we can.org, Special Needs Rock Awards.org, WMQG Radio. Just help us out. Special Needs Rock, December 2nd at Al Noor Banquet and Gardens. We need donations. I need people to share things because we're giving back to the special needs community. And that's all of us that's going through anything that's special needs. Cancer, diabetes, all of that. We love it. We love you. Thank you. And I appreciate you. And always remember to hold on, don't give up, hold on, don't give up. You can make it if you just hold on. That's it.
Thank you for that, Rhan. Wow, I didn't think we were going to be hearing any music, but I'm sure dang glad we did, man. I'll tell you that.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Well, thank you for joining me again. It's just a distinct pleasure to co-create with you today in this space. And I just want to once more acknowledge your powerful music and the ultra important work you do as a voice and an advocate for special needs children. It's truly an honor for me to be a witness of you using your superpowers for greatness and saving lives with your message, your outreach, and your story. Great stuff, man. I'll have to talk to you again for sure. I want to, of course, thank the listeners as well. And until next time, be bold, stay true, and unveil your creative superpowers.
Are you ready to discover your superpowers? Go now to superpowerexperts.com and take the superpower quiz today.
I get up and I show